Welcome to My Thailand Stories. Today's story comes from Graham, a 59-year-old retired postman from Leeds who sent £92,000 for a baby and a house in rural Thailand. He saved every ultrasound photo she sent, kept every receipt, documented every transfer. He had proof of everything, and the house was already finished and full of her family before he sent the last payment. If you've ever kept evidence of your own betrayal but couldn't bring yourself to use it, this story will hit different. Hit like and subscribe for more. Here's his story. My name's Graham. I'm 59, retired postman. Worked for Royal Mail for 37 years. Same routes, same streets, same people. Leeds born and bred. Proper Yorkshire. I took early retirement in 2021. Pension sorted. Mortgage paid off. 2 kids grown up and moved away. My son was in Edinburgh. My daughter in London. Good kids. Busy lives. I was proud of them, but the house felt massive without them. Without anyone. My wife left me in 2018, no big drama. Just came home one day and said she was done. Moved in with her sister in Harrogate. We got divorced quietly, split everything fair. I kept the house. She took half the savings. That was that. 28 years over in about 6 months of paperwork. After retirement, I didn't know what to do with myself. Golf didn't interest me. Gardening made me feel old. I tried volunteering at the library. Lasted 3 weeks. I was bored, properly bored, so when my mate Alan said he was going to Thailand for a month, I said I'd come along. We landed in Bangkok in November 2021. The heat was mental, proper thick heat. The kind that makes your shirt stick to you before you even leave the airport. Alan had been before, knew his way around. Booked us a hotel near Sukhumvit. Clean. Aircon. That was all I needed. The first week we did the usual tourist bits, temples, markets. Went to Chatuchak one day and nearly got lost for 4 hours. The place was massive. Alan kept dragging me to bars at night. Go-go bars, beer bars, all that. I didn't mind it, but it wasn't really my thing. Too loud, too busy, too much. One afternoon I was walking back to the hotel by myself. Alan was hungover, said he needed to sleep it off. I went to a 7-Eleven to get water. That's where I met Ploy. She was working the till, late 20s, maybe early 30s. Hard to tell. She had this calm way about her. Not pushy like some of the staff in other shops. Just quiet. Efficient. She scanned my water, I paid. She said thank you in English. I said thank you back. That was it. But I kept going back to that 7-Eleven. Every day, sometimes twice. I told myself it was because it was close to the hotel. But really I just liked seeing her. She started recognising me. Would smile when I came in, ask how my day was. Small talk, nothing serious. But it felt nice, felt normal. On my last day, I went in to buy a bottle of water and some crisps for the flight. She was there, I said goodbye. Told her I was flying home tomorrow. She looked sad, said she'd miss seeing me. I laughed. Told her she probably said that to all the tourists. She said no, she meant it. She liked talking to me. I was different from the other men. I asked if I could have her line ID. She hesitated, then wrote it on a receipt. Handed it to me. Said maybe we could stay in touch. I said I'd like that. I flew home the next day. Alan said I was mental. Said she probably gave her line to 50 blokes a week. I told him to shut up. He laughed. Said I was already gone. He was right. We messaged every day. Morning for me was evening for her. Evening for me was morning for her. We made it work. She'd send photos of Bangkok. I'd send photos of Leeds. She asked about my life, my kids, my job. I told her everything. She told me about hers. She was from Udon Thani, village near the city. Came to Bangkok 5 years ago looking for work. Sent money home to her mother and younger sister every month. The 7-Eleven job didn't pay much, but it was stable. She was trying to save, trying to make a better life. I asked if she had a boyfriend. She said no, not anymore. Her last boyfriend left her for someone younger. It hurt. She was careful now. Didn't trust easy. I understood that. I told her about my ex-wife, about feeling invisible for the last few years of the marriage, about coming home to an empty house every night. She said she understood, said loneliness was the same everywhere. By December, we were video calling, proper calls, not just messages. I'd see her face, hear her voice. She was beautiful, not just the way she looked, the way she talked, the way she listened. She made me feel like I mattered, Like what I said was important. I hadn't felt that in years. In January, I asked if I could visit. She said yes, said she'd love that. So I booked 2 weeks, flew back to Bangkok. This time alone. Alan said I was mad, said I barely knew her. I told him I knew enough. When I landed, she met me at the airport. She was nervous, I could tell. Kept fixing her hair, but when she saw me, she smiled. We hugged. It felt right. We spent 2 weeks together. I stayed at a hotel near her flat. We'd meet after her shifts, walk around, eat street food, talk. She took me to places tourists don't go, local markets, small temples, quiet parks. I loved it. Loved being with her. One night, we were sat by the river near Asiatique. She was quiet. I asked what was wrong. She said she was happy, but scared. Scared this was temporary. Scared I'd go home and forget about her. I told her I wouldn't forget. I could never forget. She looked at me, said she had feelings for me. Real feelings. I told her I felt the same. She cried, said she didn't think she'd feel this way again. Not after her ex, not at her age. I held her hand, told her age didn't matter. Feelings did. That night we slept together for the first time. Back at my hotel. It wasn't just physical, it felt like something more. Like we were starting something real. The next morning, she was quiet again. I asked what was wrong. She said she had something to tell me, something important. My chest went tight. I thought she was going to say she was married, or had kids, or was lying about something. She said she was pregnant. I sat there, staring at her. Pregnant. The word didn't make sense. We'd only been together one night. She said no, not from last night, from before her ex-boyfriend. 2 months ago, before they broke up. She didn't know until last week, found out right before I arrived. She was scared to tell me, scared I'd leave. I didn't know what to say. My head was spinning, pregnant, with her ex's baby. This wasn't what I expected, not what I planned. But I looked at her, really looked at her. She was terrified, crying, hands shaking. She said she understood if I wanted to leave, said she wouldn't blame me, said she was sorry for ruining everything. And that's when I made the decision, the one that had cost me £92,000 and a year of my life. I told her I was staying, told her we'd figure it out together. The baby didn't change how I felt. We'd make it work. She cried harder, said I was the kindest man she'd ever met, said she didn't deserve me. Famous last words. I flew home 2 days later. My flight was already booked, but everything had changed. We video called that night. She showed me the pregnancy test. 2 lines. Clear as day. Then she showed me the ultrasound photo from the clinic. A little blob on a grey screen, 6 weeks along. I stared at it. This tiny thing that wasn't mine but somehow was now part of my life. She asked if I was sure about staying, about this. I said yes, I meant it too. At the time. She cried again. Said thank you, said she loved me. First time she'd said it. I said it back. And I meant that too. Over the next month we planned. She said she wanted to keep the baby, raise it properly. But she couldn't do it alone in Bangkok. The flat was too small, too expensive. She wanted to go back to Udon Thani, back to her village. Her mother could help. Her sister. The baby'd have family, fresh air, a proper home. I asked what she needed. She said she didn't want to ask. I told her to stop being daft. We were in this together. She needed help. I'd help. That was that. She sent me a list. Prenatal vitamins, doctor appointments, maternity clothes. She was working but could barely afford rent and food. The baby expenses were adding up. I sent $2,000, told her to use it for whatever she needed. She said it was too much. I said it wasn't enough. By March, she'd quit her job. Couldn't stand for long shifts anymore. Morning sickness, exhaustion. Her manager wasn't sympathetic, so she left. Moved back to Udon Thani, back to her mother's house. I sent money every month, £1,000 for living costs, food, bills, baby things. It felt right. Felt like I was doing something good. In April, she told me about the house. Her mother's house was old, wooden, falling apart. No proper plumbing. No aircon. She was worried about bringing a baby there. What if the baby got sick? What if the heat was too much? She'd been saving for years to build a new house. Small, concrete, proper bathroom. But she didn't have enough, not even close. I asked how much. She sent me photos of the land, her family's land, right next to the old house. Then she sent me a quote from a builder. A small house, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, simple kitchen. Total cost, 850,000 baht, £20,000. I hesitated. 20 grand was a lot. But I thought about the baby. My baby. Well, not mine, but sort of mine. Growing up in a safe house, clean water, proper walls. I wanted that. I sent the money. All of it. She cried on video call. Said I was saving them. Saving the baby. I felt like a hero. Construction started in May. She sent photos every week. Foundation poured. Walls going up. Roof beams. It looked real. I could see my money turning into something solid. Something that'd last. I was proud. Told my kids about it. They were skeptical. My son said, "Be careful." My daughter said, "Make sure it's in your name." I told them it was fine. Ploy wouldn't do that. They didn't push it. But I could hear the doubt. By June, she was 5 months pregnant, showing properly. She sent photos, her in a loose dress, hand on her belly, smiling. I saved every photo, printed some, kept them by my bed. My mates thought I was mental. Alan said I was being scammed. I told him to do one. He said, "Suit yourself." But I kept sending money. The house construction hit problems. Rainy season delays. Materials cost more than expected. The builder needed more. Another 150,000 baht, 3.5 grand. Then the plumbing was more complicated. Another 80,000 baht, 2 grand. Then they needed to raise the foundation because of flooding risk. Another 100,000 baht, 2.5 grand. I sent it all. Every time. Because what choice did I have? Stop halfway? Let the house sit unfinished? Let her and the baby live in a half-built house with no roof? No, I was in it now. Had to see it through. By August, I'd sent another £12,000 on top of the original 20. 32,000 total for the house. Plus the monthly living costs, about 15,000 total. So £47,000 in 6 months. I checked my savings account. It was getting thin, but the house was nearly done. Just the finishing touches. Then it'd be finished. Then the money'd stop. That's what I told myself anyway. In September, she said she wanted me to come visit, see the house, meet her family, be there for the birth. The baby was due in November. I booked 3 weeks, mid-October through early November. She was excited, said her mother was excited, said everyone wanted to meet me, the Farang who built their house. I arrived in Bangkok in mid-October. She couldn't meet me at the airport, too pregnant to travel. So I took a bus to Udon Thani. 6 hours, cramped, hot. But I didn't care, I was going to see her, see the house, see what I built. She met me at the bus station, 8 months pregnant, glowing, beautiful. We hugged carefully. Her belly pressed against me. The baby kicked. I felt it. It was real. All of it was real. We took a taxi to the village, about 30 minutes outside the city, down dirt roads, past rice fields, water buffalo, proper rural, the kind of place you see in photos but never think you'll actually visit. We pulled up to her mother's property, the old wooden house, and next to it, the new house. It was finished. Painted white, blue trim, proper solid. I walked up to it, touched the walls, cool concrete. The windows had glass, the door was real wood. I went inside, tiled floors, a small kitchen, 2 bedrooms, a bathroom with a toilet and a shower. It was simple, but it was good. Really good. I built this. Well, my money did. But still, I was part of it. I felt proud. Properly proud. Her mother came out, older, weathered. She smiled, thanked me in broken English. I smiled back. Felt welcomed. Ploy showed me around. The bedroom for us. The bedroom for the baby. She'd already set it up. A cot, a small dresser. Baby clothes folded neatly. It looked like a home, like a life, like a future. That night we had dinner with her family. Her mother, her sister, her uncle. They cooked for me. Izan food. Spicy. I sweated through it. But I ate it. Didn't want to be rude. They asked me questions, through Ploy translating. About England, about my work, about my kids. I answered. They nodded, smiled, seemed nice enough. After dinner, Ploy and I sat outside. The stars were mental. No light pollution. Just stars, thousands of them. She leaned against me. Said she was happy. Said this was everything she wanted. A good man. A safe home, a family. I told her I was happy too. And I was. But then her phone rang. She looked at it. Ignored it. I asked who it was. She said spam. Happened all the time. I nodded. Believed her. The phone rang again an hour later. She ignored it again. I asked if she should answer. She said no. Just someone selling something. I let it go. But I noticed after that, the phone was always face down. Calls ignored. Messages deleted fast. She was careful. Too careful. I told myself it was nothing. Pregnant women were hormonal. Stressed. Maybe she was just tired. Didn't want to deal with people. Made sense. But deep down, something felt off. 2 days before I was supposed to fly home, I woke up early. Ploy was still asleep. Her phone was on the table. Face down. Like always. I looked at it. Looked at her. Still sleeping. I picked it up. Unlocked it. She'd shown me the passcode once. Her birthday. I remembered. I opened her line messages. Scrolled. Most were in Thai. I couldn't read them. But one name caught my eye. P. Just the letter P. I opened it. The messages were in Thai, but there were photos, recent photos. Her heavily pregnant, but not alone. A Thai man, arm around her, kissing her cheek, smiling. The photos were dated last week, 3 days before I arrived. I scrolled more, hundreds of messages, months of them. I couldn't read the words, but I didn't need to. The photos said enough. I put the phone back, sat there, staring at the wall. The house I built, the life I paid for. It was all real, just not mine. When Ploy woke up, I asked who P was. She froze, said it was her cousin. I said I saw the photos. She went quiet. Then she said it was her ex, the baby's father. I said I thought he left her. She said he did, but he came back, wanted to be part of the baby's life. She said it was complicated. I asked if she still loved him. She didn't answer. That was answer enough. She started crying, said it wasn't what I thought, said P came back wanting to be a father. She said no at first, but he kept coming, kept saying he made a mistake, kept saying he loved her. She was confused, hormonal, didn't know what to do. I asked if he knew about me, about the money, about the house. She went quiet, then nodded. He knew everything. So what am I? I said. What am I to you? She looked at the floor. You're kind, you help me, you give baby good life. But you love him. She didn't deny it, just kept crying. I asked when he came back. She said June, 3 months ago, right after the house foundation went in, right after I sent the first big payment. I asked if he was living here, in this house, the house I built. She said sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. I stood up, walked outside, stared at the house, the white walls, the blue trim, the windows with glass. I'd sent £32,000 for this, and her ex-boyfriend was living in it. I went back to my room, opened my banking app, went through everything. Total, £54,000. Wait, that was only 54. She said I sent 92. I checked older statements, found more, before the pregnancy, when we were just messaging. Small amounts I forgot about. Her birthday, Christmas, her mother's birthday, phone credit. Just because transfers. £3,000. Then I found the big ones. In September, right before I arrived, she said the house needed a septic system. Emergency. Had to be done before baby came. £12,000. Then solar panels for electricity. £8,000. Then a water pump and tank. £7,000. Then landscaping so the baby could play safely. £5,000. Then a fence around the property. £3,000. Final total, £92,000. £92,000. For a house that wasn't in my name. For a baby that wasn't mine. For a woman who loved someone else. I went back outside. She was sitting on the steps. I asked her one question. Was any of it real? She looked up, thought about it, then said, I like you good man, but I love him. I always love him, even when he leave. So I was just the bank. She didn't argue. Just said, you want to help? I let you help. You say you want to be part of baby life. I let you. But baby have father. Real father. And the house. House for my family, for baby. You build it. I thank you. But it not yours. At least she was honest. Finally. I asked if I could see the land documents. She said they were at the land office. I said, get them. She said, why? I said, because I sent £92,000. and I wanted to see proof it went where she said. She got defensive, said I didn't trust her. I said no, I didn't. Not anymore. She went inside, came back with papers. All in Thai. I took photos, sent them to a translator app. Took a while. But I got enough. The land was in her mother's name. The house was registered to her mother. I wasn't on anything, not a single document. I asked when the baby was due. She said 3 weeks. I asked if she wanted me there. She said P'd be there. It'd be awkward. I said right. I said I'd leave tomorrow. She nodded, said she was sorry. I said she wasn't sorry. She was just sorry I found out. She didn't argue. I flew home the next day. Didn't say goodbye, just left. She messaged me once. Said thank you for everything. Said I was good man. I didn't reply. Blocked her. The baby was born in November. I saw photos on Facebook. A friend request from her sister I'd accepted months ago. The baby was healthy. P was in the photos, holding the baby, smiling, playing proud father, using the house I built, sleeping in the bed I bought, raising the family I paid for. I'm back in Leeds now. House still too big, still too quiet. The £92,000 is gone. My savings are gone. My pension's smaller. I had to go back to work part-time, delivering parcels for Amazon. At 59, because I gave everything to a woman who loved someone else. My kids don't know the full amount. They know I helped her. They know it didn't work out. They don't know I'm working again because I'm broke. I'm too embarrassed to tell them. I saved every photo she sent, every ultrasound, every construction update, every message. I've got proof of everything. But what good's proof when you were never going to use it? What good's evidence when you already knew the truth and ignored it? I think about the house sometimes. White walls, blue trim, concrete and glass. It was a good house, solid, would last years. Some kid'd grow up there, play in the yard, sleep in that bedroom, have a good life. Just not with me. I don't regret helping her. Not really, the baby needed a home, I gave that. But I regret believing I was part of it. Believing we and our meant something when she was saying those words to 2 different men. That's my story. £92,000, a house in Isan, a baby that wasn't mine, and a man who never left even when I thought he did. I kept all the evidence, every photo, every receipt, every transfer confirmation, filed them in a folder on my computer. Label says Thailand. I open it sometimes, look through it, trying to find the moment I should have known, the moment I should have stopped. But there isn't one moment, it was all of them, every single one. I just didn't want to see it. And that was Graham's story. £92,000. A house in rural Thailand. A baby that was never his. And an ex-boyfriend who never really left. Graham's not angry. Not bitter. Just bewildered. Bewildered that he documented his own scam so carefully and still couldn't bring himself to walk away. The house is still there. The baby's probably walking now. And Graham's delivering parcels in Leeds at 59 because he gave his retirement to someone else's family. Have you ever kept evidence of your own betrayal, but couldn't bring yourself to use it? Let us know in the comments. And if you've got a story from Thailand, we want to hear it. This is my Thailand stories. Catch you in the next one.